I okay. So a couple of years ago, I did my first cap session too, here in Antwerp with Hiske, and yeah, you know her, Celine, and I have done also like Yvonne a lot, but a lot of sessions like that, and I really wanted to do the training. At that time, it was still very complicated to do the cap training. You needed to send a video. You needed to, yeah. There were not a lot of trainings, and I was looking for something like Kundalini activation. At that time in Belgium, it was not very known. So I found the training, Kundalini activation Shaktipat, in Spain. I speak Spanish. Spanish is my second language, so I went to Spain for that training, and I went there to be honest, is because the co-holder of that training, her name was Sandra, and Sandra, I could see on her Instagram profile that she was inner dance, and I already had been looking for, okay, what is that Kundalini activation? What is happening in the body? I was very curious and not receiving the answer. So I was looking for it. And in the podcast, I heard somebody saying you don't have to look for Van and Wong. You have to look for Pai Vilaradza because he is the modest version, and it's the source. From there it comes. So I was looking for him, and finally I found that he was the founder of, or one of the founders of, that he helped Inner Dance to be born in this timeline. But it was very complicated to find him. And during the training in Barcelona, suddenly I got into a WhatsApp group with Pai Vilaradza. So I was like, oh, that happened quickly. So I could not, because it was a group, because he was going to go to Madrid at that time. And for me, it was impossible to join that gathering in Madrid. So I wanted him to, I wanted to quit the group, but sending a message like, sorry, I'm going to quit the group. And we start talking. And he said, I would love to come to Belgium one day. And I said, okay, let's do that. And I started immediately with the online training with him. And exactly 1 year after, but it was from day to day, 1 year after my first message with him, I went to pick him up at the airport in Brussels. So when I picked him up in the airport in Brussels, I already, and he came here to my town. I live in a small town. He came for a dialogue in Brussels and a dialogue here in Bornem, and also um, a training. And at the training, I met ahilan. And we already have met each other online because he was in Palawan at that moment when I started training, and I have been seeing him online. But in real life, we met in Bornholm during the training here, and we really laughed a lot. So it was really good connection when you can laugh a lot with somebody. It's such a beautiful connection. And the year after, we started each one with Pi holding an online training. Ahilan did that for Germany. I did that for Belgium, and that's where I met Sofie Likens. She was in the training then, and so when we were holding that training, that online training, Ahilan asked me. It was, I can't remember really well when, but I do remember I was thinking I need to go to Berlin because I felt I really wanted to do something with Ahilan. And in the same week, he sent me a message like, shouldn't we maybe do some trainings together? And it was perfect. So we said yes. And we started holding trainings since now it's going to be a year now that we're holding live trainings. And it was like, because we're holding the online trainings and there's so many for the people who are in the online trainings, we know how much information is in the online trainings, and in the live trainings, the thing that we like the most is that depending on the group, depending on what is been talking about, what is in the space at that moment, we talk to. So it's not only, and that's the thing I love the most about trainings, it's not only we sharing something with you, it's also you sharing with us. And so we're learning too. And for me, finally, after, if I look back to the years before when I did my first Kundalini activation and now, it's more about the understanding and the experience at the same time. And this has been so big because, as you know, as you are here now, something has changed in your body, something has changed in the way you perceive the world, something has changed in how you feel about yourself, and it's something you want to share with other people. It's something, it's so innate in this energy that you want to share it with so many people, and being able to do this is very it's a I like to call it also like a feedback system. It's like, it's not all, it's you giving feedback to us feedback, and we're growing at the same time because of the feedback. We're just evolving, always evolving, and this is something we can feel in the trainings very much, to have the combination of the experience and the knowledge and the feedback. It's making us evolve a lot, and this is what I love the most about the training. So I'm really excited to see also who will be in the group, because every group has been until now so different and so nourishing for us too. So thank you that you're already here in this call.
Hi, Sophie. Welcome. Nice to see you here. I hope Rio is sleeping well. Yeah, and everything went well. Uh, yeah, we will have a chance maybe later on to. Yeah,
Yeah,
how are you? Yeah,
I'm very good. I just had to unmute, you know. I just want to say hi, and he's asleep very fine, and I'm really happy to be here. It's nice to see you again also.
yeah.
Yeah. Do we do introduction or we're just listening now?
For now, we are recording and we just listen and we will share
Okay.
something about the training.
Okay.
Because we want to share this Zoom call also with other people, so that we don't want to have. Yeah, we were thinking about maybe keep the personal stories outside of it.
Okay.
Because we don't know how everybody is comfortable with that. But nice to have you and see you here. So I met Sophie in Palawan during the pandemic, and that was a very special experience. She was there with her airtime partner and her son, Rio. And yeah, so my name is Ahilan, and I am doing inner dance since 2017. And it came to me um, like I was while I was traveling, and it it was already there before, and then I've been experienced. I have experienced different kind of moments of, if you want to call it awakening, during the time. As I feel like that every person in life is experiencing kind of awakening situations, and we are when we study in a dance and when we study what is happening in the body and what are the reactions, and a lot of people afterwards say, oh wow, I know this moment in my childhood where I have experienced exactly that thing, and that's for me. Yeah, that was the beginning. That was if you go back, the inner dance is a very old, very old movement, and it was grounded back in this time by Pai, who's living in the Philippines. And so since 2017, I studied with Pai and Serena and some other people as a group and collective, and holding some trainings like 10 days trainings, 5 days training, 3 days trainings, and immersions, whatever it is. And I'm really, really, and sessions, of course. and very much excited about this group and this space, because this is the first time that we are going to do it in Haus Eulenburg. And it's really special. You know, this is a place which is actually exactly at the border to Germany and Belgium. And the name of the place is Haus Eulenburg, which means actually House of Wisdom. And that's I know I was really not paying attention to the first moment, but later on when I saw it again, I was like, oh, look at, and Sofie, her Instagram handle is Inner Wisdom, and it's like there's so much connection, and then this place is so wonderful because it's I talked to this owner, and it you can see the photos how beautiful it is in the nature. It's somewhere in the middle, somewhere in the boundary, at the border, and but it is also connecting everything. So I like this. Like, you know, if you want to do transformation, if you want to grow, you have to go to the boundaries. You have to go to the edge, and where there is the friction, where there is this boundary, that's where the growth happening. You need to go a little step further than the edge that you know to feel, but at the same time, you need to feel safe, and that's what we is actually important for each and every one for us to grow or transform. And how can we create a space where we can feel for ourselves safe enough to do the step beyond the boundary? Yeah, that step, like it feels like sometimes stepping in the abysses. Yeah, looking into it. But how can we feel safe at the same time? And which also means when we feel safe um, for ourselves, we are also able to hold the space for others. And mainly, this is something um, which is inside us, which each and every one of us, because we are looking for something. We are looking in one or the other way to feel safe for it, and to feel independent, to be free. And how can we give it this? Because we are already free. And how can we do this? And there is many different ways to it. And in a dance, we are looking um, into the way of the body, and way of the mind, and way of the spirit. And if you look at the way of the body, is like experiencing it. How does the experience actually create an understanding? And other way around, from the understanding, from the mind, how can we experience it? Sometimes we need to understand so that we can experience it in the body. Like if sometimes somebody describes you something, through this you are able to experience it, or you know something, and through this you can categorize it. And all of this is part of our training, how we are actually allowing the wisdom to rise from within while holding it within a structure of inner dance. And this is going to be in total, let's say, we have 4 days planned, going to be for 3 days. And we're going to bring a lot of experiences, as well as modules or theories. At the same time, what is important is that the people who are there in the circle are also creating the context, bringing everything together, because we all believe that each and every one has a truth to share. So that let us listen to each and every one. What is the truth to be bring up? And so that for this is also space there. So we're going to start on Thursday evening and Thursday afternoon. Like I think Sophie, please correct me with the dates. It's times like 3 o'clock, 3 p.m., 4 p.m. You can arrive, and then we will have some time to arrive at the place wherever you come from, and then we're going to do an opening module session, whatever it is be. This day is more for arrival, but you can, if it's, let's say, yeah, and the next day morning we started, probably just depends on the sunrise, we're going to start quite early, like 7 or 8, and we're going to have a session, and then some modules, a breakfast module, then lunch, and then some probably session or module, and again in the afternoon a little break, and then a session, and then late evening dinner. I can show you like how a day 1, 2, 3 can look like.
Normally on Thursday
Quickly.
evening, there will be a dinner too.
Thursday evening, we will also have a dinner. Exactly, that's true. And thank you for that. That's really true. So you can see this is the day 1. This is the day 1, meaning the Thursday is not here, but you can see the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and here we start at 9 because this is the old schedule. But I think what we're going to do is this is going to be the day one and day 2. Like we're going to start at 7 o'clock with a session, and then we have a breakfast, then a module, then lunch, and the module, and then there can be. But this is a schedule for you to have a little bit of structure. But we are also gonna adapt this according to whatever the needs of the group and what we're gonna share with you. So far for the planning of the day, and so we will, let's say we will have on Thursday from I think 16 to 20. This is arrival plus opening. Then maybe let me be more clear. Maybe if you want to 16 to 18 arrival, and 18 to 20 opening. Then from 20 to whatever, dinner. By the way, Svana will be our chef. She's also an inner dancer, and I think the first or second 10-day training which I hold with Fanny together in France. Yeah, we held it in France. I don't know, 2021 or 22. She was also chef, and she is really amazing. She's cooking like I don't know how she does, but she's really making every time something different. But sometimes these are the same ingredients, and she is not throwing anything away. She's cooking vegan, and it looks so amazing and tastes amazing. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward for this food. And this is a Thursday, and Friday we're going to start at 7, and it's going to be till 12, and I'm going to just keep it like this. Maybe 12 or 1. We're going to have the morning, and then let's say from 12 to 1:30 lunch, then 1:30 to probably 4 another afternoon with break, and we're going to do a break, but in total we will have from 16:30 to probably 19, we will have evening. This is going to have sessions and modules and everything. And then again from here to here, dinner. So this is kind of the 2 days, Friday and Saturday. So if you need some schedules. And Sunday, I'm going to keep it very simple. We're going to start it again 7 and end at 3 p.m. So that you have some numbers. Okay. How do we organize this training? I think this is the most interesting part, since we have all the structures behind. We are organizing this training based on the mandala system of the colors, and based on the chakra system, which is we put the chakra system in a circular form in a mandala, and we organize we have 3 days, so we have a possibilities to put the complementary colors, meaning the root chakra and the heart chakra together, the red and the green into one chakra, one day, for example, and the next one would be orange and blue the next day, and then we have the yellow and indigo, and violet will be in all the colors present. So if you are not familiar with inner dance, in inner dance we are organizing the knowledge and all the practices and even our music and everything into the colors, and we're gonna bring this into the framework, so that we are using this mandala system since long, because what we find out is that if we are structuring this a linear way, then we might it's going to be top down. But if you're structuring in a circular way, what we found out is that there's so many interconnections, and sometimes it is the interconnection between the red and the green opens up a complete new topic we haven't scheduled for this, and that's why we are organizing it. So we're gonna also teach about we're gonna bring mandala very deeply, so that there is an understanding, because this framework, the structure is fundamental for inner dance. You're going to hear people share about where they, even in Maya, I know, for example, Sofie lived in yellow for a moment, and that was the place in Maya. Every places they have colors, and so you have it depends on the colors also. Some of the organizational things are happening. For example, in red, we had actually Yanis and M living, and they are also somehow giving the food, making the food. When I went the very first time, they were cooking even the food for us. It was very interesting that red is the root chakra, is that one which is also serving for the basic needs. Interestingly enough. And next to blue, Flor was living, who is the person who is the voice. Yeah, she's singing, she is voice activating, and she's combining in a dance with it, and this is so much connected to the throat chakra. Yeah, it was interesting. So we will bring this framework very clearly there, and then to each framework the philosophy, so that we can understand how it is interconnected. And then we will look into from each chakra into the body and into the mind, and what is happening when we, for example, activate certain part of the brain, or what is happening when something moves, what is happening when we play a certain sound, or when we touch, and what does it mean. And we will also give time to practice, so that you have time to experience first, but also share the work, and we will have a lot of time to have dialogue with each other. So if you have questions, what we are not doing is we are not going to create a certificate where at the end we will say that you are a facilitator of this. Because as I said at the beginning, it's about holding space for ourselves. And when we are able to hold space for ourselves, we are able to hold space for others. We can share the wisdom with you and with everyone what we hold, and we can share notes with each other. But the only and one and only person who can give you the certificate if you are ready to hold you and others is within you. So it is, we want to invite to find that part in you. Yeah. And we want to support where we can to get there, whatever it is, because we actually, we believe you're already there. It's inside, because every time when we, one thing which really helps me a lot in inner dance is even sharing trainings is we know everything. We do not learn something new. We just help to remember. Yeah, we are remembering everything what is already inside us. So yeah, that's for now. Let's see if Sofie want to add something to it.
I love when you say that it's already inside of us, because after having searched for so many years for answers, now I can totally say also, like, I knew this, I just forgot. So, does someone has questions?
Okay, I want to show you definitely is the place. This is really beautiful. Please. So I hope you can see my browser. So this is Haus Oldenburg, and this is the Schala, and like there are maybe 10 to 12 people fit in, so it's quite intimate, and I really also like to hold spaces in different size, and I'm looking forward for this one. This is like probably 10 to 12 people fit in. It's somewhere in the nature, but it looks so amazing. So that there's something special about this. And so there's a kitchen which we can use, and we can sit all together in the evening or in the morning and share our thoughts and food for thought. And then there are and then the second floor, there are rooms where we can stay overnight. There are single rooms and double rooms, and there's a bathroom, including a sauna. But for the sauna, we have to pay
Ahilan,
extra.
sorry to
Yeah,
interrupt, but you say there's single rooms or double rooms. I thought that were all shared rooms. Can you
I
specify?
no, there's single room and double room. That's what I yeah,
Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
yeah. And there's a there's a sauna, but we have to pay extra, so we can decide on that if you want to use it based on the weather, and then we can maybe create some donation box for that if this is coming up. And then we have a bathroom, a toilet with yeah, it's enough from everything there. The area is really like it's beautiful. It's somewhere here. You have Germany here, and you have Belgium here. So it's quite in the nature. I don't know if any of you are living close by. They have a lot of um, trekking routes and nature walks, etc. So this is this place. And what else? Uh, so in the last few trainings, like since the beginning of the 1 year in our intensive online, I had this idea for me coming up, like, oh, I'm gonna hold something for 1 year online, and I'm gonna do this for online. But and then how, this is like only online. Okay, it's fine. There's something special in it. But I also want to hold something where we can meet physically. We can there's some special there's something in it. Yeah, and so at the beginning of the scheduling, while writing the schedules for the online training, it came up. Then I put it the date for March, and then along some time in April, in January, I thought, okay, you know what? It is somewhere in the Western Germany, and who's next to that? Who's holding the online training? So this is Sofie. Let's reach out and see if we can collaborate, because I really like to collaborate and to create something together, because I think this is also we can create for ourselves, but also collaborating is something we interesting, and it can help to grow in a different level. And from there, we held now in total 4 immersions or trainings, and in this training, one was in Germany, 3 were in Belgium. And what is interesting for me is that that I come with we come with the plan, and we have this schedule and everything, and this which we can give as a structure. But then when we are in, then we let go of this, and from there we start, and then we see what is coming. But at the end, and I am looking at Sunday evening, I can almost say everything was there, but also something was not there, but something else was there. But it feels perfect, and we experience a lot of people like those people who are coming. They are at the end really perfect. This group is perfect. We are trusting into that whoever is there is the perfect group, and so yeah, that's and like I think there's some people who are holding who went through an intensive already. Some people who joined who are the first time there, they maybe did one inner dance, or they never did the inner dance, and some of them are like experience or did some sessions or cup sessions. They come or KA sessions, and our goal is not to create for someone to become a facilitator. But if it's your goal, we want to support you. If it's your goal to become a trainer, we want to support you. We want to support in each and every one to stand up into into your vision, because it's like, even if you just want to experience yourself, and if you want to transform, if you feel like, hey, I'm right now in this situation, and I would like to understand, and I want to experience myself from a different perspective, we are inviting you to come, because this is we have seen a lot of transformations happening. I have supported many thousand bodies in the last, how many years actually now, 8 years. Yeah, so 7.5 years, to be precise. And so whatever brings you, if you whatever question you have, please feel free to ask. This space is for that. And also, if you have like any needs, especially to which should be there in the training or in the days, you can feel free to ask, and we can we can see if this can support you or not. Also, we also believe that it is an invitation. So if you feel like it is really resonating to join, and so that the right people will be there. Yeah. Yeah.
So there is an interesting question of Sophie who asked, will we learn how to make a playlist or will we get access to existing playlists? And will be the training be in Dutch or English? Okay, questions coming. The training is in English. And for the question of Sophie, well, to make a playlist, we need to understand how the playlist is made, and that's why we're offering the introduction, like of we will go deeper into the circadian rhythm, what is the sleep cycle, because our playlist is based on the sleep cycle or the circadian rhythm. We have been trying to get all of the information that we really want to get into it in those 3 or 4 days, and it has been very complicated. So what do we offer? And it has been a question that has been arising with a lot of people like you, Sophie. So what do we can do is like offering 1 day extra. Like now in May, we're going to offer a playlist thing. People have been experiencing inner dance, holding sessions, and then they can start creating a playlist or go deeper into the playlisting. But we, until now, because of the lack of days, we are not we're not going to go very deep into the playlisting. But if during those days you have those questions about the playlisting, or we can make an, how do you call that, like a connection with the playlist, like, okay, you see here the sleep cycle, this is how the playlist go. And if it really interests you, we could invite you, like instead of laying down in the morning, you just come to us and see how it works. Is that a possibility for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like I just like want to kind of understand if I will have all the tools necessary to actually facilitate, or if I still will be lacking information that's vital to be independent with it.
Now, to be honest, when I started the Kundalini Activation Shaktipat training, it was a training of 3 days in Barcelona. I started immediately, and I didn't have like anything of information, because in that kind of trainings, they only do like the activations, a lot of activations, a little bit of yoga, and there was no explanation yet. I was holding the sessions and then at the same time studying. So because there were questions rising up. To be honest, to facilitate, you don't need a training, because even the children, my children do facilitate with me in the afternoon, just to hold bodies. It's more about the context. It's more about the understanding what is happening exactly in the body, or how can we um, support a body in the process they're going in, without the filter of our experiences, of the filter of our conditionments. And this is what the training is also about. But really, there are a lot of people after the 3 days they just start, and then they go into the online, or they can still, like today we got a question from somebody who did the training in November, and we still are in contact.
Okay, because like I feel like I've been looking for the theory somewhere, and this is what I asked by like where can I find that? And he's like, oh no, talk to Sophie in Belgium. And okay, I say okay, so I'm gonna go to the training there, and I'm like I trying to understand like how to like grasp it, or and I don't really know like if it's written down, or if it's like a course in itself, or how it is, because before I remember it wasn't structured like that, but now Pi said it's a lot more structured now. So I'm like, where are those teachings? I want to read them.
Yeah, the thing about the syllabus also, we do offer afterwards like a presentation with the themes we have been talking about, but it's difficult to give like a syllabus, as every training we hold is completely different. So um, what was the other question you were saying? Yeah, all of the theory. Yeah, and during the training, the live training, that's the difficulty. Yeah, because in the live training, you will be hearing so much information, and there will be like 10% that you will be retaining cognitively, and the other thing you will be holding into the body. It will resonate somehow. Even afterwards, you can't remember it. But that's the thing. How can you memorize everything? I just love it's normal. It's like Pi says, it's in your name. you you want to study, you want to understand, you want to grasp everything. And in the 3 days, even if we really want to stuff every information we have, because we have been doing like last year the 1 year training, and in that 1 year training, we didn't arrive at explaining or giving all of the information because it's so much. So we cannot say that during those 3 days you will get all of the information because it's impossible because of the lots of information. What you do get is what we do see when people go to online trainings, that it really gets embodied at the moment the experience, because that's in the online a little bit less. There's no laying down, there's no like partner work. And in the live training, when there's partner work, there's embodiment, because there are going to be more questions, and there's going to be more understanding about what we have been talking about, because that's the magic about those trainings or about inner dance. It's also perfect. So when you are going to live something that we were talking about, because it's going to get embodied. That's the beautiful magic about inner dance. So, but it's impossible to give all of the information in 3 days. Yeah, but of course, it will be more than enough that you start.
And is it actually written down somewhere, or is it still not really like in one yeah
We do
syllabus yet?
a syllabus. It's very complicated because of first of all the involvement. Every like last year when we were holding the year training, this year we have been starting again, and the information has evolved. It's always evolving. There's like nothing fixed. It's always evolving. So when you're looking at the syllabus 1 year later, it's going to be already gone. So that's why we do offer something. We do offer, people ask for it, a PDF, a presentation of 10, 12 pages, and you write down. That's the thing that we try to do, to give something.
Okay, okay, I
Yeah,
understand now. Thank you so
it, it,
much.
yeah, it's we do our best to bring it box that what is not boxable. And because when you box that what is not boxable, that infinite putting into the box, it's going to break out at some point. But then when it's written down into a word, then if somebody is trusting it and reading it, then, but if the time passes, another time, if you look at this, it might be not anymore that much truth than before. And that is where we have these difficulties to create the workbook, which can really guide people. So that's why we are actually giving a lot of ground information. So you can get all the Wikipedia links where you can read through a lot of stuff and all the connections. But if we are bringing the framework based on the mandala, and you will see that how things are connected and interconnected, and how you can even create uh, create a new way of looking at things and to see connections. And it will allow your mind to think differently and open up from a linear way to a circular way, so that it is opening up also suddenly a path within you to, oh my God, I want to study this. And I'm going to contribute because I am holding something very special I am interested in. I want to contribute this part to inner dance. So inner dance is Pi is holding this, but it's coming from experience from around the world, and he's he's really super curious. And when somebody is sharing about some experience, he's like, oh wow, this is interesting. Oh, this is happening when somebody is listening to this playlist. Okay, let me check this. Okay, that's a connection. So he is actually learning every time through experiences from all the people and through the sharing. And when you are going through, like, let's say, oh, I'm holding session, I have these difficulties because this person with this diagnose coming in, I don't know which playlist to play. And then you play something, you touch something, there's something happening. Suddenly it will help the whole community to understand what is happening. So so there's really a feedback system. It's not only one way that we are handing out the workbook, and then you can say, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we are giving the foundations, and that's then from there the soil is made, and you can plant the seed, and the tree or the plant can grow from there and create and blossom as you like, you know, and it change it again for the next season. Uh, yeah. Any other questions?
I think for the moment there are like 5 people registered for the training, and there's a place for 10. And if 2 people come with a caravan, they
We can have 12.
we can have 12.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe something to say is like, if any one of you have difficulties to come already on Thursday, you can also come on Friday in the morning. So that is because Thursday is an arrival and opening, but I think Friday is something not to miss from the beginning. And the yeah, the only thing is that if you stay inside the house, the accommodation price is not included in the price for the training, and this accommodation costs 100 euros for the entire training. It doesn't matter if you stay for one night there or 3 nights. Is it 3 nights? Yeah, yeah, yeah. So that's how the system, how it is handled there, and so that you know how this is organized. And yeah.
Oh, yeah, something more. Celine, for example, if there are some language issues, like something that you don't worry. We like last year, we have been holding a lot of French-speaking people, and we were also talking in French or in Dutch. It's all possible, so no worries.
And yeah, I think there was one question from Sophie which is not fully answered. Is about the playlist. Yes, we're going to share also some existing playlist. So you can feel into it, lay down, and see if this is resonating with you, and so that you can use them either for yourself or to facilitate one-to-one or group sessions. And on top of this, there has so many different ways to facilitate a group. And so there's a way, for example, to facilitate a group just with a playlist, meaning you have a playlist which is ready made, and you just go and you use the playlist. And you are free to hold the space however you want to hold it. But also you have the possibility to have an iPad and to let's say you use the existing playlist as the base, and to add some additional sounds or whatever you feel like. We can show this as a first step, yeah, before going into the deeper process of how to create a playlist, because it is also something which is quite personal. Creating a playlist, the playlist is something. Sometimes it is really, all the tools and everything. It's like the handcraft, like how to create art. Um, like in the past, people would go to Italy or somewhere else and learn everything, like from creating how to make the colors, the pigments of the colors, to brush and everything before they become a real artist. You know, similarly, um, I wouldn't. There's many different ways to learn it. So you can learn this basic, or you can also say, okay, I have everything. I have an iPad. I want to jump in and create a playlist. It's also possible. There's a two-way of learning it. And however, whatever you like personally, you can take this path and to learn, let's say, more like project-based. Okay, this is the project I want to start. Let's give me the playlist and I'm going to tweak it a bit here and there. And that we can show it to you. No, on the other hand, what we want to give you is like the frameworks and the fundamental information and knowledge you need to know to understand how a playlist works, or how even inner dance works and why is it working. And from there, it's going to be an opening up for the playlist creation, and opening up for the studies to go to playlist creation. Yeah. Okay.
I have a little question, a small question for all of you. Um, for us, it's also always very interesting to know if one of you is going to work with children or in some business things in corporate world, or maybe in the prison system, or maybe in a refugee center, or is there something that you're already thinking of?
Yeah. First, I want to do it with friends and just to try it. But
Mhm.
this week I talked with a friend of mine because I studied for opvoeder, so working with people with a handicap and also children. And I was talking to a friend of mine about it, about the things I want to do. And then she said, "Oh, it would be nice to do it with our children who has a disability." I think I say it right this way. So maybe later on I would be interested in doing that.
Yeah.
Because when I said it also happens that they work with it in prisons and so, and she thought it would be a good idea to introduce it also where she works. It will be later on.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm thinking about because I work in a hospital on a intensive care unit, and sometimes the people have trouble when they get rid of the breathing support and get down from the narcotics anesthesia, and sometimes they have trouble to reconnect with the real world, and yeah, that's something I would really like to put into it to support the people, because sometimes I recognize that when I touch them in a special way, like acupuncture points and so, that they are more calm, and I would really looking forward to it when I put also sound into it, because I experienced also sometimes a few sound healings, and yeah, that's why I'm really curious about this, how to work further with it.
Amazing, Vic, because in one of the calls Pai was sharing a few months ago, there was a girl going into the ICU because of an accident she had. She had her shoulder that was, how do you call it, dislocated. And so he just put on the sounds. We do have the footage of it. So if you're interested, we can show you at some point how
Mm-hmm.
it went. He just touched one part of the body, and for the rest, he used the music. And then she healed herself. She was moving, even if she was not. She went again to the place of the accident, and so she had like an out of body experience, and her body was moving and relocating the shoulder in its place. And it was a really transformative experience. So, yeah, I do believe also in the work you're doing that can be very helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
I have another question about the arrival. Is there any big train station close by to this place, or is it difficult to arrive with public transport?
Where do you live?
I live in Berlin.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
So
really far.
I think Victoria, if you can join already on Thursday,
Yeah.
we can do a Fahrgemeinschaft
Oh yeah, perfect. Thank you so much.
because I'm gonna come by car, so I can take you.
Okay, also from Berlin?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
for anyone else, it's easy to access Büllingen? Yeah? Yeah. Sophie, where do you live? Where nearby?
I live close to Bruges, and I was thinking to come by car, but if there's a big train station and somebody picks me up at the train station, that would also be interesting, actually.
Mhm.
I have Eupen, I think, but I don't know how close that is.
Can you show the map again, Ahilan?
Yes, I'm just
Where do you
checking.
live?
I live nearby London, so I think it's 1 hour from here, so it's not too far. I'm going to with a car, but if I can go by a train station, I pick somebody up. That's no problem.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Idem. Yeah, me too. So Bruges. On the Saint-Vite, yeah. So it's how many hours in car,
It
Ahilan?
was three and something.
There's
So
no
you
car.
with a train from Bruges to there, it takes 5 hours.
But
Yeah,
maybe
like exactly to the place, but I think you get pretty fast, like very
Lüttich.
close.
if she can go to London, maybe
Yeah. Mhm.
I can pick her up there. Then it will be.
Okay.
That could
Where
be
is
really
London, by the way?
It's how do you say it? Nearby. It's like a half an hour of Leuven. But
Okay.
uh,
To Bottersam or not?
yes, yeah, but after Tine.
Yeah, okay.
London.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Here.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, you need to pass through there, so yeah.
Yeah. That's why I thought maybe if she can go to there, I can pick her up.
Okay. I'm gonna check. That would just be nice to be able to be in contact for that.
Yeah, for this we're gonna create a group
Okay.
soon so that you will be.
Yes, because there are also already other people registered. I don't know from where they are. One is
Yes.
from Brussels, from Oudergem.
Mm-hmm.
So it would take you from Bruges 2 hours and 10 minutes to get to London. And it's actually you don't even need to change.
Yeah,
That's quite good.
So,
And
I
Lüttich
thought
is
that,
also not
so
far, no?
that's why I thought it
Yeah,
would
yeah, wow.
be a good idea.
Thank you.
Antwerp, I have people from Antwerp too. We have two of Antwerp, but not from Bruges. But maybe they're still Bruges. It's Sophie. It's from West Flanders. There are not a lot of people. It's like the region that's we have had all parts of Belgium, but West Vlaanderen.
I know there's nobody here. They were waiting for me,
Where
I guess.
are you? You even exist?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to introduce innerdance to West Vlaanderen. I think they're ready for it. They need it.
Yes, yes, yes. I think there was last year one girl from nearby Bruges. It was a dance teacher. She was in the training, but I don't know if she really implements inner dance in her workshops.
I haven't come across it here, but yeah,
So
I've
good.
been out a lot
Yeah.
also. Mhm.
Okay. If you have any questions, you can also write to us. Let us know how you feel about this. And yeah, I think Sophie and I, we can maybe have another call next days. Yeah. Um, um, I think yeah, if if you want to be part of it, if you let us know, then we can create the group soon and connect you and also give you the next steps. Yeah. Okay.
I have another
Yeah.
question. I'm sorry.
Sure.
I didn't find it. I know it's for me. It's a little bit. I need to ask for the price. Is there anything written? Do we get any information about this? What is the total cost of everything? Yeah, something like this. Maybe I missed it in this description. Description. No.
Normally, a minute, because it's I have it here on my website, so I'm checking my website,
Yeah.
live trainings, change language, so it's in English immediately. Um, so register now. I'm going to pretend I'm going to register for this training. So, okay, it depends. If you are an inner intensive participant, the price is different than when you, I don't know if you're in the inner intensive this year.
No, not yet. So I
Okay,
pretty new into everything. So
it's
yeah.
normal, it's normal. So, um, others, so the price is, are you an entrepreneur? Do you have a VAT number?
No, I'm not.
You don't have a VAT number, entrepreneur.
No.
No? I'm going to calculate here. So VAT included, it's 999. So for those 999, you have those days with lunch. No, not only lunch, all the food.
Food.
Yes, lunch.
Lunch. Okay, perfect.
All of the food, also the snacks and the drinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the only thing that needs to be added on is the 100 euros for the three
For the
days.
okay,
That's
perfect.
so in total, if you see the total cost, it's uh
Thousand
thousand, yeah, 1,000.
99.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. And another question, what is about this intensive you spoke before? Is this an ongoing thing, or is it when we need to start about this? And what is it? Is it now too much to ask this here, or is it possible?
What do you think? Can we share about it, Ahilan? The timekeeper?
Yeah, I think we can maybe quickly share that
Yeah.
we are holding online intensive training in a dance, globally organized and locally hosted. Sophie is hosting the Belgium context, and I'm hosting in the German context.
Okay.
And then Pi is hosting the global context, and so that we are coming together with Pi um, like twice a month in our time zone, and then there's another two calls. Yeah, I shared with you when we yeah now yeah
Yeah, now
maybe
I'm getting
yeah
back to it. So now I remember. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I thought
No,
I.
don't worry. I think it's
Mhm.
important probably because there's with the people who are watching maybe will also maybe interested in and would
Okay.
be asked. So thank you for bringing this question.
Okay.
Uh,
Thank you.
and I think so also, and then Sophie and me we are holding uh, two calls per month. I am holding and Sophie too. I think sometimes we are holding also more calls. Depends on. And in this we are actually looking into the theories and also into the practice, and that is started in mid of January. It's going to go till mid of April, and then we're going to do a 1 month break, and then we're going to start again a 3-month cycle where you can start again. So it's like the 3-month cycles are closed from the beginning, and then you can start. And it's a continuous study for this. That's a model for this year, and we don't know if we're going to continue with the same model or similar model, but we're going to continue the study process definitely.
Okay, so now I remember.
Yeah.
So in mid-May, the next 3 months batch is starting,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yes. And also there we try to organize the prices in a way that is accessible for everyone, also from the global perspective and the local perspective, and we are sharing this together.
Okay, good, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Anything else? Okay, Dan, let's let us know how you feel, and also if there's something you would like to know more, just feel free to ask, and we can support with whatever it is coming up, and also thank you for all watching later on, and feel free to contact us, and hopefully see you in Büllingen, in Haus Eulenburg, or somewhere else in the space. Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.